This coffee is a smash hit on the internet. I will show in detail how to make it. Start by preparing the ingredients. You will need 1 tablespoon of instant coffee and 1 tablespoon of sugar. Take a bowl, pour these ingredients into it, and mix thoroughly. Then add about 2 tablespoons of warm water to the coffee and sugar mixture in the bowl. Now the fun begins, which is whisking. Place a fine sieve over the bowl and hold it steady. Energetically whisk the mixture of coffee, sugar, and water through the strainer. This process will take a few minutes, so be patient and continue whisking until the mixture becomes foamy and creamy. Once your coffee mixture is light and fluffy, it's time to prepare the glass. Fill a tall glass with ice cubes. Pour cold milk or water over the ice, filling the glass to more than half its height. Then gently spoon the whipped coffee foam over the milk or water in the glass. The coffee foam will float beautifully on the surface of the liquid, creating a pleasant contrast. Serve immediately with a straw or stirring spoon. Adjust the sweetness by changing the amount of sugar according to your taste. This method is not only easy, but also allows you to control the strength and sweetness of the drink. You can also add a pinch of cinnamon and enjoy a delicious coffee. I shake it in a jar and add strawberries. This is how I make delicious jar ice cream, without a mixer and without an ice cream maker. First, put the jar in the freezer. It needs to cool down. Then take it out and place it on the table. Take a container of 30% cream. It also needs to be well chilled. Open it and pour it into the jar. I have a 200 milliliter container. Add a teaspoon of powdered sugar to the cream and stir with a spoon. Close the jar tightly. Start shaking it vigorously and confidently. Do this for a few minutes. The cream will start to whip. Whip it until it reaches the right consistency. Once the cream is whipped, add chopped strawberries. Choose the nicest ones. Close the jar and mix everything for a moment. Put the whipped cream with strawberries in the freezer for a few hours or overnight. After that time, the ice cream will be ready. Just scoop it into a bowl and taste it. It's delicious. Put strawberries in water and add 1 ingredient. Everyone will ask why your strawberries are so sweet and stay fresh for so long. Additionally, you'll get rid of bugs and mold spores. The strawberries will be sweeter and stay fresh longer. Usually we bring strawberries home, rinse them with water, and start enjoying them. It should be done differently. First, get a bowl. Fill it with water and place the strawberries in it. Now you have 2 options. One is to add salt. Don't worry, the strawberries won't taste salty. Almost everyone knows that salt enhances sweetness. Thanks to salt, everything tastes sweeter, even strawberries. But that's not the main reason we soak strawberries in salt. Wait for about 15 minutes. After this time, look in the bowl and at your strawberries. If there were bugs in the strawberries, they will come out. If there weren't any, you'll just see dirt in the bowl. Rinse the strawberries thoroughly with clean water and put them in a serving bowl. The second method is to add apple cider vinegar to the water with the strawberries. This will not only get rid of bugs, but also mold spores. This way your strawberries will stay fresh much longer. Just like with the first trick, rinse the strawberries thoroughly with clean water before eating them. Use an empty water jug to save space in your fridge with this simple hack. In a few easy steps, you'll create more room for your favorite foods. Start with an empty water jug and cut it into 4 parts. You'll need 2 strips and the bottom of the jug. The top part with the cap can be discarded or kept to cover snacks on a table or patio to protect them from insects. Next, prepare 3 plates for your food. I used 1 plate for apples. Place 1 strip of the jug around the plate with apples, ensuring all the fruits are inside the strip. Then, place another plate on top. I use this one for sliced oranges. Again, place a strip of the jug around this plate. Now it's time for the top tier. I placed a cake on the last plate and put it on top of the previous layers. Finally, cover the plate with the cake using the bottom part of the jug. Now, you can easily fit this makeshift container into your fridge, where fitting 3 separate plates would have been impossible. Additionally, your food is protected from any unwanted insects that might find their way into the fridge. The spaghetti spoon has a hidden function. It's incredibly useful. You'll be amazed when you find out about it. Next time you cook pasta, make sure to use it. Here's what it's all about. Most of these spoons have a peculiar hole. If your spoon has one too, you've probably wondered what it's for. Obviously, when you're cooking pasta, you can use it to scoop it out. The prongs prevent the pasta from slipping, while the hole allows water to drain. But that's not all. This hole serves another function, one that few people know about. You're about to find out. Spaghetti packaging comes in different sizes. For example, this pasta is in a 1 kilogram package. When you want to cook spaghetti, you usually eyeball the amount you need. But fortunately, it doesn't have to be that way. Spaghetti recipes typically call for about 125 grams of dry pasta per serving. If you have a kitchen scale, it's easy to weigh out this amount per person. But what if you don't have a scale? That's where this spoon comes in handy. Using this hole, you can measure out the amount of pasta that should be cooked for one person. So just scoop the spaghetti through it and cook exactly the amount that should be. If you're cooking pasta for one person, 1 serving is enough. If you're cooking for more people, measure out more portions using the spoon, and you're done. Try out this function next time. Check beforehand whether the hole in your spoon also measures out about 125 grams of pasta and let me know in the comments. I add 1 teaspoon to the boiling broad beans. Thanks to this detail, it does not cause bloating. There is a way that will allow you to enjoy the delicious taste of broad beans without being subjected to troublesome and embarrassing bloating. Prepare broad beans for cooking as before. That is, rinse them in cold water. Put it in boiling water like this. Boil the broad beans for no longer than 30 minutes. It is then ready for consumption. Its skin will become wrinkled. Now pay attention. After 3 minutes of boiling, throw a tablespoon of salt into it. Then add a tablespoon of sugar. The next ingredient is dill. The secret ingredient to add last is cumin. Add a tablespoon of it. It is the cumin and dill that is the whole secret of not bloating broad beans. It is the addition of cumin to the pot of boiling broad beans that eases digestive disorders, stimulates the secretion of enzymes by the pancreas, and makes broad beans easily digestible and gentle on the stomach. On the other hand, if you add a handful of fresh dill, the broad beans will have a pleasant aroma, and unpleasant discomfort should not occur. Broad beans are very healthy, so it is not worth giving up eating them. The season for broad beans is short, from June to August. It is worth enjoying its taste,